show you in a minute why. So let's say if I was to upload some sketches or images and things, right? So I'm just going to select some from my local and drag and drop them here. And they would just simply upload as different rows here. Okay. So you would see like all these 4 rows that have been created. Now, actually, I can just go inside one of these rows and add further details. So if I want to go here, I'll just go and add further details to this. So let's call this as logo, and then zigzag stitch. Sorry. All right, so this is what you can actually manage directly from here itself. Let me just change the color of this to blue and call this as webbing. So this would allow you to do directly within this card itself. You can actually just go in, add further details. Let's call it front. Description, images, and annotations, you can add those. In file and comments, this would work really useful for you, especially let's say if you see something and you want to tell your students that, hey, this should be done differently, right? So you can just simply go, press the @ sign, so you can tag them. And let's say I want to leave a message for Kelly and tell her, hey, when are we receiving this? Or change the stitch, it's not a zigzag stitch. Feel free to add emojis to it and then add comments. So this is, you can actually keep all the communication together at one place, and they'll receive a notification on their end. So they will have like a little notification icon here, and it would automatically light up for them. And they'll have a notification directly for them. They'll also receive an email if they're not on app itself. All right, so that's more on the sketches. Any question, guys, for the sketches?
So if they want to make proper flat drawings based on their own design, they do it in Illustrator, and then they can upload that Illustrator drawing into their sketches.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Yeah, they'll still continue to use Illustrator to draw sketches.
What is the file format that can be uploaded to the sketches?
That's a great question. So you can actually add Illustrator, AI format. You can upload PSD format, JPEG, PNG, and all major images format you can upload.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, so I think you can add all of those directly here. Just keep in mind the image size should exceed more than 50 MB. And I'm going to send you the details about that as well. But at any time, sorry, I'm bringing this out right now because it's actually worth it to do that. And any time, whenever you have any questions, I would always recommend just Google it, right? So TechPacker image support. And you would always see like some sort of help center guide directly available for you. And that would cover like all the formats and everything. That would cover all the details directly here itself. But I'm going to share this with you later.
Cool.
All right, so that covers sketches. Any other questions about sketches? No? All right, so let's jump to materials. Before I jump to materials, I want to quickly show you libraries. And libraries are great. You can actually set it up for your team. And the way to do that is, you see this little icon here. I'm just going to click here. So if I click once on it, it would open this side tab, right? And if I want to make this bigger, I can click twice on it. So it just makes it bigger. Now, I have all these different kind of libraries that I've set up. So let's say I want to pick polka dots, right? And I want to use polka dot from here. I just simply pick and drag and drop it here. So that would attach the polka dot directly to this right at the bottom here, to sketches itself, right? This already has all the details and everything in it, so I don't have to re-enter the things. If I want to move something into the library, it's the same way, like these images that I added today. I can just simply pick and drop it there, and that would add it to my library with all the information together with it. So you can actually create libraries like, I don't know whether they'll be useful, like Pantone, or you can have them create it. To create a library, there's these little 3 options here. You just go in here and create library directly from here itself. So that would create a new library, and then you drag and drop things within the library itself. Let's pick one.
How do you populate your library? So like if you're creating a library, and let's say that they have images of the fabrics. So how do they populate it?
Okay, so let's just say, sorry, I don't want to use this word because my spelling is so bad, which is silhouette, but okay, I was just going to say bra, that's it. I'm going to use sketches, so I can pick what kind of library it is, whether it's sketches, materials, or measurements, or a custom section, but in this case, I want to use sketches. I'll create a library, and to populate it, I just have to pick and drag and drop it here.
What?
Right, so the same way, how you take it out, you can drop it into the library too. Or you can pick multiple as well at the same time, and you can drop them there. All right, any other questions about libraries?
Okay, can you bring like an outside file, something that is not in yet? Or I would have had to, when I created sketches, I put all my imagery into sketches, and then I create the libraries from there. Let me rephrase this. I am trying to populate a library, and I want to bring, let's say, the picture of a zipper that I don't have it in the system yet.
Yep, very good point. Actually, you can do that as well. And to do that, you would first go to Edit Library, right? And it will take you to the same place as here, where it says Libraries, right? You can access it from here too. So if I go to Libraries, and then I can add directly here itself too. If I just want to add all the zippers, I mean, in this case, this is a bra library, but if you have a zipper library that you have created, you can just simply add directly from here itself. Yeah, that answers your question?
Yes, thank you.
No worries, but I would still recommend to maybe just create an empty tech pack, call it a template or something, or blank, because it's much easier to do it from here than to do it from there. That's just my personal choice, but I would let you play around and see what works best for you. All right, so let's move on to the next section, which is materials now. Material works the same way. The difference is, like, I can either add a material and add all the details to it. The difference here is, like in sketches, you don't have all these columns, whereas in materials, you have all these extra columns, right? And you can set these columns up for your entire organization. So whenever somebody creates a material, they automatically have these columns there. In my case, I have set up as construction, placement, supplier, and other details. If I want to make changes to it, I would recommend set it up first for your entire organization from organization setting. So whenever somebody creates a tech pack, they would by default have those columns there itself. So in these builds of material, you can always pick and drop things as well. Let's say I want to bring something from here. How about this lining fabric? And this would also bring all the column informations together with it. So it has the construction, the placement, the supplier details, everything certified, certification as well. So everything comes together. All right, so that's more on the materials. Any questions about materials?
No.
Okay, brilliant. Let's move on to the measurements. So measurements, again, each one of them is a card. The reason that it's a card because you can always add point of measurement diagrams directly here, which is always a great thing to have. Let's say if I'm going to put this, and then just say the entire length. So HPS to bottom hem. And then I can mention all those details here itself. Okay. And then here I have all my sizes, right, which is extra small to 42, 44, the way I have set it up. So TechPacker also has this grading functionality, which is really useful.